Hey everyone, before this video starts, I did want to say a couple things. First, yes, this is the finale of Scapegoat's Plunder, but it's not the last episode. Next week we will have a campaign wrap-up that we will be talking about everything that happened in the campaign and just kind of going through what was going on in our minds and what might be happening post-campaign. So be sure to catch that and check it out on the channel. Second, BladeBound will be at GenCon this year. I myself will be running games of Daggerheart with Envoy and Darrington Press, while AJ will be attending as a regular attendee. So if you plan on being at GenCon, let us know in the comments down below. So be sure to hop on the Discord and join the GenCon thread, so that way we don't miss you at GenCon. So with that being said, let's jump into the finale of Scapegoat's Plunder. Welcome back to BladeBound Saga. It's not just any episode. It's the final chapter of this journey of Scapegoat's Plunder. I'm Daniel, otherwise known as RiceKombo Online, and I am once again your GM as we step back into this storm. But before we dive in, this once again is our final session, and I do want to take a moment to thank some wonderful people that made this story sing. To Adam Curtis, VO, who voiced the trailer and introduced this world to the hearts of those who are watching. To Cozy Cassie, who brought breath and life to the character art in every single one of these chaotic and wonderful misfits. And most importantly, you, the viewer, the listener, the dreamer who is watching this story unfold. Thank you. Your support has meant everything. And so this series wouldn't exist without you, and for the last time, let's introduce our players, but allow one final round of connection questions. So just like every single time, let's roll duality, everyone.
Ooh. Roll that beautiful beam footage. That is a big 7 with fear.
Yeah.
7 with fear.
That's a 5 with hope.
5 with hope.
I got an 11 with hope.
11
I
with
got
hope.
an 11 with fear.
Oh, Chugsby with the 11 with hope, then, I believe, edges out ever so slightly. So, Chugsby or Seth, would you like to introduce who you're playing and then who you want to ask a connection question to?
Yes. Hello. Am I introducing myself as well?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello. I am Seth, and I'm playing Chugsby, along with my little sidekick, Puffer Goat, Shriek. And yeah, we all kind of play Shriek in a way. Okay, I have a connection question. I'm gonna ask Delia this question. Here we go. Okay, what secret place in nature did I show only you, and how does that place reflect our shared connection to the wilderness?
Well, I feel like we have to have a full circle moment. I feel like we have to bring it back to Bush Bay. And we all know
Everything
of the
comes
lore
back to Bush Bay.
of the great mulberry bush of Bush Bay. But I think that Delia has long relied on her ability to fly to get her in and out of the places that she wants to go. But you both convinced and taught Delia how to climb a tree. You knew of this beautiful grove past the edge of town with just like the perfect climbing trees that just had these almost like shelf-like branches that we could climb up into and have ourselves a little picnic. And it was a very funny thought to Delia, a giant galapa climbing a tree. But you were so positive and that you wanted to share this experience with me. So I followed. I didn't rely on my wings. You convinced me that I could do it. And we had a nice little charcuterie spread there among the branches.
I love that. Especially being the lookout, climbing the mast of the ship all the time. Just like, kind of, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
you probably told me some
what a great
horrible
charcuterie.
story about why I couldn't always rely on my wings in order to motivate me, but
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
that's what it takes, that little bzz from
little
your
zap.
friends.
Little bug zapper.
And you showed me from that vantage point how many mulberry bushes we could see, which began to inspire the flaws in our story of the mulberry
over there.
bush of Bush Bay.
Also, look at this beautiful view.
Gotta catch them all.
AK,
Amazing.
who are you?
Who am I? Who am I? That's a great question. I ask it every single day. My name is AK. I'm of the Pocket Dimension here on YouTube. We do lots of, as I like to say, neurospice and rolling dice and have a really great community to talk about and play games with. And I'm going to ask my bestest girlfriend, Kora. Besties for the resties.
For the resties.
I feel like a bard needs to be asked this question of the Guardian. Oh, by the way, I'm playing Delia, a Fibbit. That's Fairy Ribbit Guardian. I guess that's important here. What over-the-top story do we always tell about my fierce protectiveness, and how has it become exaggerated over time?
Okay, all right. So first introduction, I'm Rachel of the Faint Divinities, and I'm playing Kora, the Inferous Bard. And she's into some shenanigans with her bestie frequently. So I would say the story that we talk about of your protectiveness would maybe be at some point we were certainly like bedraggled coming back from a night out, okay? And I think...
Was it walk of shame level?
You know?
Or like...
Yeah, I feel like maybe Kora had gone through a breakup of some kind something. So we went and had a girls' night, you know? We had a time. And in that evening, maybe some person hit on me. And you, in that moment, just immediately came out of the woodwork. And that should have been where it stopped, but it was on a neighboring ship in the harbor, and I fell off of the ship into the water. And so it was, but the story that we tell, right? We took that whole ship out. Just me and you. Drunk. Yeah. Blind drunk. Still took them out. Because girl power.
Yeah. It was us against the crew of the Crimson Tide.
The Crimson Tide? Not anymore?
They're out.
But...
Goodbye, suckers. When really we just like tripped one guy and pantsed him.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, while I was spluttering to the rope to climb back up.
Everything's better when you're intoxicated.
And with friends. All right, so for my connection question, I think that I'm going to, because we include the captain in all of this, right? Are we doing that tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave you out. That's part of the
Let's do it.
BladeBound Saga treatment, right? So
Okay.
We gotta find him still.
yeah, he's gone, guys.
Fingers
Maybe
crossed.
dead, crimson tided. You know. I want to ask. I'm pulling from the Inferous connection questions.
Sure.
What's the first time the captain witnessed me unconsciously use my dreaded visage during a moment of fear?
You are the personality hire.
I am.
As we normally do, Captain probably wasn't the most enthralled immediately bringing you on board. Just saying, sure, why not? Out of the recommendation from Grick. And there was one moment on shore where he was making a trade with another pirate that you clearly saw was not going well. You very easily came up behind the captain, casting this visage as the individual in front of you just began to emotionally melt and then suddenly began to physically start melting as the captain looks as what was going on and then turns over to you and sees you in this full on dread, and you just in a very split second just smile. And the captain just says, thanks. And you just see him shivering to get back onto the ship because of whatever he saw prior to the moment before smiling. Since then, he has never once done a trade physically. He always sends you along with others to do it for him.
I'm just a pretty little girl.
I'm just a girl who can't say die.
Die.
And so I guess as the captain then, I will turn the last final question to, you know him, AJ. And Grick, what did the captain do that cemented him as your captain?
Oh, captain, my captain.
That's a good one.
There's a difference between being a crew member and having a captain.
Well, I think Grick not coming from a lot, and obviously, you know, the story of the forever torch is all burned into our hearts. But I think what really solidified it for Grick was, you know, like you said, everything's better when you're inebriated. So Grick likes to get down and drink a little bit too much, and Grick caught himself in trouble with the law and was actually behind bars for a little bit, thinking like, oh, I messed up again. The captain's not going to take me back. I'm going to be having to do whatever. And the captain came, bailed him out, and just never asked any questions. And just, we went back to the ship and didn't say a word. And I think it was just that unspoken, hey, he's got my back, so I'm going to have his.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So, with that, everyone, that brings us to our last question. Grick to Chugsby.
Yes, to Chugsby.
Yes.
There it is. Okay. How did you help me when my mech malfunctioned, and what did it teach us about trust and vulnerability?
How did I help you? I think that one time you were lighting something, you know, like a little explosive, a little firework or something. And as you went to throw it, it just tumbled down into like some part of your mech arm and erupted there.
Yeah.
Just kind of blew the arm in bits, and so I took something out of my shell, my nomadic pack, a bit of this paste that I didn't really reveal what it was made of, but that I said I had used to repair some of my shell before, and I helped you repair the arm, kind of sticking it back together piece by piece. And I think as I did that, maybe there was a moment of vulnerability from you, like this panic of, you know, the mech not functioning properly, or just kind of this moment of panic. And I think in just meticulously going through it, you know, I was just distracting you with conversation until it finally got put back together.
Yeah. So would you say we did a Grick saw puzzle?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yes, I would.
I salute you.
So,
There you go, buddy.
the time of questions is now over, and the stars are watching as the island remembers this one last story in the sands of the Scapegoat's Plunder. The only way out is through, so let's finish this, everyone.
Welcome to BladeBound Saga, the Scapegoat Plunder. Shipwrecked on an island. Who are the survivors? Grick, the Powder Monkey. Chugsby, the Lookout. Delia, the Tiny Tank. Kora, the personality hire. Will they withstand the island's deadly secrets? Or become its next victim?
Marooned by storm and misfortune, the crew of the Scapegoat is washed away on a mysterious island, veiled in mist. Memories scattered like the debris that washed along. What began as a search for safety spiraled into something far and far stranger. A realm where memories could be stolen. An illusion bent reality itself. The party torn by various magical mirages and nearly destroying one another at one point, before awakening into a deeper mystery buried beneath the surface of this land. Your journey has taken you below the island into an ancient star-touched ruins, a chamber of celestials guarded by what was a sentient monster tree. Now united by your strength, though your memory somewhat fleeting. While here you discover the remnants of what was a forgotten people beginning to weave in memories of their own light and longing, but what lay in the heart of the ruins was not salvation, but unfortunately some kind of deception. Led by some trembling guy, you eventually met Aeon, the celestial being, whose words were gilded, manipulative, along with a counterpart, a silver-tongued, silver-haloed individual. So you all stand here. You see Aeon with a blade spawned in hand as the one individual tucks behind the large titan's leg as you lose sight of her for a moment. The silence here is almost suffocating as he looks at you. You should have turned back. It's almost like thunder, but muffled under silk. But you're here. There's like an echo of another voice, that one woman you just saw a moment ago. You've seen too much, yet somehow not enough. The chamber then kind of thrums as their halos glow, and she vanishes. This is no longer a time for negotiation. As players, he looks, putting his hand up. You don't know where you came from, but you know who you are. So come and join us. As he lifts his hand, taunting you to step forward. Who acts first?
I would like to kind of just in a very bardic way toss my hair over both of my shoulders, pull out my VL as I have done before, and say, everyone, we're going home, and start playing music as I rally. Everybody take your bardic die. D6.
Sick.
And I think Delia would step forward in front of the party, loosening one of the small keys she keeps in her little trinket bag around her waist. And I'm just going to throw that key at him, saying,
This unlocks your doom.
and I will just stand at the ready with my battle axe to protect anybody who
Make
needs
a
it.
presence check for me real
Ooh,
quick.
okay. And may I spend a hope to add my experience, all the small things?
Yeah, it's a small key, so yeah, probably.
Oh,
And I'm a
that's
small
so
thing.
cute.
Okay. So that's it's with fear. We're starting out 11, 12, 13, 14 with fear.
14 with fear. Aeon looks at the key as it drops to the ground. As you throw it, there's like a kind of shroud around his body. It kind of hits this almost invisible field and just drops to the ground immediately.
Okay.
The hell was that? Keys, baubles, and trinkets. As I am going to spend the fear you just made, or just gave me.
And you.
And I am going to... You see Aeon just kind of leap, and I am going to spend one more fear to activate Radiant Rupture.
Nope.
He is going to jump into the air and immediately just leap right in front of you. I need all of you to make an agility reaction roll for me.
Okay.
Reaction roll.
Agility reaction roll for me.
I'm very fast, I think you'll find. Oh, thank God.
Probably a 12 for me.
12, okay.
16.
16.
18.
18.
Apparently 14 is my magic number today.
Oh, God.
14. Grick, Delia, Chugsby, and Kora, you jump out of the way, one to the right, one to the left, as Grick, not kind of getting, your mech still kind of getting ready. You just raise enough to kind of like bolster, getting ready to take this impact. Delia, you headstrong. You both take 11 points.
Am I very close to Grick?
I would say so, yeah.
I am your shield.
Okay. As you kind of take and just step in the way, Grick, you are unaffected by this, as Delia is just going to take the brunt. It is going to be a combined total of 9, 10, 11 times 2. So it's going to be 22 points of magical damage, Delia.
Okay. And I can reduce that by damage equal to my strength trait. So that brings it down to 19.
19.
And I will spend an armor slot to knock that down to minor damage and take the 1 hit point.
Okay. As you do so, kind of locking him head on, you are small but dense, as this almost feels like the weight of the gravity of a star impacting you as you hold on tight. It swings to you all, either one of you, as Aeon jumps forward, still losing sight of wherever the other one went. What do you all do?
I'm gonna yell out to Aeon that, all right, dick face, you chose the wrong people to fuck with, and I'm gonna use goad them on.
Okay.
So make a presence roll. I gotta make a presence roll. Can I also use a hope to use bold presence while doing this?
You certainly can.
All right. Okay. That is 13 plus 5, 18. And I'm gonna use. I'll use one of my prairie dice that's a 1, so make it a 19 with hope.
19 with hope is going to succeed. Go ahead and so what happens as you go him on?
The target takes a stress, and the next time they act, they target you with disadvantage.
Ooh, okay. So, kind of focused on you. You know what? Goading him on, and from what you said, he's not done. It's like, this was just the beginning. I'm going to spend a fear and continue taking my turn, taking my moves. As he's going to jump, he has Relentless too. He's going to make an attack roll towards Delia on his way through to you. Does a 19, I'm sure, is going to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
As this is going to be, you see these kind of like blade, and as he like swings forward, he swings with one and then kind of almost dances across. That's going to be oh, I thought those were double 9s. That's actually going to be a 9 and a 6, so that's going to be 19 points of physical damage at you. And he is going to then kind of spin. And as he does so, rather than like slicing with a second swing, you see what looks to just be the second twinned star blade appear from the backhand, and it's going to make an attack roll towards you, Grick.
By the way, I'm spending an armor slot to bring my damage down to minor.
With disadvantage also.
Easily. With disadvantage. Let me roll that d6, but I don't know if this is going to matter. -4. That's going to make that a total of 18. As you take chunky hits here, 5. That's only 10 points of physical damage to you. As Chugsby, Kora, you kind of dodging out of the way, just kind of scrambling up and just getting out of like this prone position that you went just to dodge Aeon's first initial strike. Either one of you two doing anything?
Yeah, I hop up out of that roll, kind of leap onto a piece of rubble in this chamber. And I'm going to spend a hope to mark Aeon as my ranger's focus.
Ooh, easily.
So I make an attack with that. And as with fear, it's gonna be 16.
16 just hits. But I will take that fear.
Okay.
Good to know.
Oh, I'm so scared though.
Okay.
I just let an arrow fly. Ha!
5. Go ahead. Roll for damage.
Oh, right. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Sorry, that's going to be a major wound.
Also,
okay.
because it's Ranger's focus, all damage rolls you make against them also deal a stress.
Also deal a stress. Okay. You hit the back of his head as he's focused on Delia and Grick. Part of his crown kind of shifts a little bit. He gets agitated, kind of Isone, take care of the other one. As I'm going to spend a fear on that, and I am going to spend a stress on Ione to move within far range as a free kind of movement. As she's just going to appear immediately behind you with her flicker step. Chugsby does a 7 hit.
No.
I didn't think it did.
Let it.
It's
Sucker.
she kind
Point
of
of
like
order.
swings
Is
through.
she hot?
You see this kind of like silver-haired celestial with like this kind of
She's
She's hot.
what basically is like this roguish, like dark cerulean robe, as like the hair just kind of falls like almost endlessly before it just kind of wisps off. She has this kind of movement, and it's almost as if she is like dancing among the stars. As she strikes, she's like engaging in a fight with you. You kind of she slices with one blade, slices with the other, and almost like reaches for another blade out of nowhere, and it forms in her hand. And as Chugsby, you just keep dodging and evading this. Kora, on the other side, anything you're doing on that
Yes.
end as you kind of reach or see Chugsby
Absolutely.
engaged, and then Delia and Grick in the other one.
So with that agility, I certainly wanted to have just stepped to the side and kept running, but now I'm going to turn on my heel, all of my dress kind of swishing around after me and say, people, get it together, Delia! And I'm going to pull up again my VL and start playing a heartbreaking song. And as I'm playing the heartbreaking song, everybody gain a hope.
Real quick,
Okay.
Point of order. With my Vengeance subclass, when I am hit, I get to roll a d6, and if I roll a 5 or higher, it's I deal 1 hit point to the person who hit me.
Yeah. Go ahead and make
I did, and
roll a D6.
I rolled a 5.
As we kind of shift back, Kora kind of empowering you. You in this moment are still kind of recovering from that initial hit, but then like you kind of snap out of it and turn and just like whack and make an attack. Is it an attack roll or just straight up?
It just says 1 hit
Yeah.
deal a hit point back to the enemy as I say, "Karma's a bitch, and so am I."
Okay. With that, or Delia or Grick, either one of you have this kind of opportunity as you are both engaged back and forth. Him swinging this kind of twin blade, and you kind of are kind of fighting Grick, kind of making space, not really having a full weapon, just artillery.
Yeah. I am going to make him the aim of my deadly focus.
Okay.
As I grab Mama.
Ooh.
Let me get her out.
You hear across the battlefield, that's my girl.
As I pull out Mama. Actually, I have hope to spend. Grick, do you want to?
I was just about to. I was about to do that. I'll say before she strikes, you're gonna see Grick kind of back up actually towards who's on my side.
Kora.
Kora's-
You're the one kind of backed
hopefully
up
all-
against the wall.
hopefully all
Everyone else
four
is
of
kind
us
of
are. Yeah,
off
so
to
I'm
the
gonna
side. At this point, like the place is kind of split. Aeon's crash, kind of sending the other
Yeah.
two off to the left and to the right.
Okay, I'm gonna head towards Chugsby and Kora, and I'll yell out to Delia, "Delia, hit the light!" And I'm going to, I'll initiate a tag team, and I'm gonna fire my bolt beacon.
Okay, go ahead, make the attack rolls, the two of you.
As I take a swing, and I'm going to add, spend a hope to add my experience. I'm just a girl. So I'm going to hit like one now.
That is probably a very vague and usable at any type of moment experience, but I will totally allow it.
Okay, and I finally rolled with hope. Thank gods. I was about to fire my dice already. Okay.
Get out of here.
15, 16, 17, 19 with hope for Delia.
Yeah, that's better than
19 with
mine.
hope.
So
Okay. 19 will surely hit. So go ahead and roll the damage, the two of you.
And so I'm adding an extra D10 to this
Okay.
because I've made them my deadly focus, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Ooh. A 9 and a 10 on the first two.
nice.
Only a 1 on one of them. 27, 33 points of physical damage with
Okay.
And then
Grick?
20 points of magical from me.
20 points of... So that's going to be 53 points of damage total. Mm-hmm. That is certainly going to be a severe wound. But with that, you see, as I spend a fear, I'm going to activate one of his reactions, which is going to be Celestial Parry. You see the attack hit him, and you just begin to start seeing all the stars and light that kind of embellish his body begin to glow with the radiance. And as he becomes and marks vulnerable, he does kind of like almost retract out the energy that he just took. With Celestial Parry, he is going to deal half the damage back to any attacker within melee range. So half of 53 is going to be 27
Yes.
points reflected back to you, Delia.
And I would like to use Scramble once per short rest when an enemy in
Sure.
melee range would deal damage to
my
you.
God.
You can avoid the damage entirely and safely
Yes.
move out of
Okay.
melee range.
Oh,
You do
my
so, yeah, you
God.
kind of dodge out of melee range. Easily done. Kind
I
of
felt
see this way.
lightheaded for a second.
Yeah, she just kind of like slinks off like doing one of these things at him. As she,
Aeon just screams this kind of guttural roar. Gah! And as he sees no one within range, you have this moment where he's just flustered at the four of you evading everything that he is throwing at you. Who wishes to take this moment of this respite, brief in the combat, this lull?
Go, Kora. Go,
I feel like
Chugsby.
I'm just... Chugsby, what have you done? Have you done an attack? or
Currently,
anything?
Chugsby's
yeah.
like in this like dodge,
I
like
did my
heavy
ranger.
dodging, like a incredibly like quick, like skulking like figure who's just like slashing blades over and over again. Chugsby, what's going on over there?
You suck.
The most agile old man turtle ever.
Yes. With my nice shiny eyebrows.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do something here. Prepare yourselves all for a round of attacks, okay? Because at this
Always.
point, he's upset. My girl is just like dancing away. I feel like again, it's time for another bard song. So I am continuing on my VL, but moving it away from that heartbreaking song. It's going into what is quote unquote an epic song, but I guess it's only if Sabrina Carpenter counts, because the lyrics
Always.
go. I heard you're from a planet where dick faces rule, so you'll have to forgive us if we play it cool. Say you wanna kill us, and I bet you do, but God, you're just such fools. And that is going to be an epic song, so he is vulnerable temporarily.
yes, it is.
Dick
My
faces.
bestie.
Okay, I want to try something.
Go for it.
So what I want to do is, since we ran into that tree, Chugsby has just been kind of like just twisting something in his hands, and kind of as we followed, I'm blanking on his name, or maybe we didn't know his name, the forgetful guy.
Aeon?
Yeah,
The forgetful guy.
frail,
into
the
this
frail,
room?
the frail
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
The irony of calling him the forgetful guy, and we're like, who is he?
Nicely done.
You know, that guy. I have been fashioning a little vine harness for Shriek out of this kind of stretchy vine. And right now, I pull back one of my arrows and I loop it through a little loop I made in a harness and fire an arrow with Shriek on the end of it. And I'm going to do my signature move here. And I'm going to have Shriek attack. So as the arrow flies, right before it hits... This is going towards Aeon. I'm just dodging this. Iona? Is that right?
Ione, yeah.
Ione?
Or Isone. Isone.
Isone. So as I'm dodging, I kind of just kick her back for a second and fire this arrow with Shriek on it. And like we trained, buddy! He is going to balloon up right before impact, and I'm going to have him make an attack. So I'm determining this as my signature move. So when I do that, I can use a D20 instead of a D12 for my hope die on the attack. So I'm hoping that Shriek will hit, and then I can immediately follow it up with another arrow. So signature move is 2 arrows back to back. All right, so make a spellcast roll to connect to your companion. Okay. Spell is going to be 30 with hope.
Jeez, that is certainly going to hit.
I rolled an 18 on the hope and a 10 on the fear.
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
18 on the hope.
Because he got to
Here's a
replace
D20.
the
Oh, that's
D20.
right. Oh,
signature
God,
move.
I love that functionality.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Is that Orderborn stuff?
No, it's signature move.
That's bone.
Yeah, that was a bone.
So,
Boom, boom,
so
boom,
freaking good.
boom, boom.
So with that, I'm going to immediately fire a second arrow as well, just with a normal roll, right? Back to back. Okay, that is going to be... What's that? 14 plus 17. 17 with hope.
17 would hit. Both of them hit. So go ahead and roll the damage, but they would be separate.
Separate. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So 2
Does vulnerable
instances.
do more damage or give advantage?
Give advantage.
Okay.
Both would have hit regardless.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. I
Okay.
was just sorry. I was just thinking for mechanic.
11. So 11 for Shriek.
11 for Shriek.
As he just flies through the air. That was a terrible shriek. That was even worse.
I loved it. I thought it was
Didn't
great.
Shriek, I thought Shriek's voice got lower, didn't it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Just a screamo, man. Just yeah. Boom. As the horns impact Aeon, the arrow flies just right next to Shriek's inflated head or body, and does an additional. Man, I'm rolling balls on this damage. 10 points.
10 points.
Right, that
Is
was
Yeah. 10
a
points.
One-on-one,
unfortunately,
dude.
The second was a minor. The first one was how much damage again?
It was 11.
11. So the 11 is going to be major. The second one's going to be minor. Shriek hits and the arrow fires, and you see almost as if like the soft in the back of its neck. You see the arrow take purchase as Aeon just like gets hit and drops to the ground. You hear the golden stellar crown drop and begin to start spinning on the ground. Isone, standing right next to you, sees that from afar, and she's just no, and she's just gonna start like slamming and slicing into you once more. I'm going to make another attack roll with Isone. Does I'm certain a 22 is going to hit.
Yes. Accurate.
With that, that is going to be. Oops, that's cocked.
And I'm not close to them, right?
Not close. No,
I am though.
Not with the
in
distance.
case.
Did you walk to Chugsby or Kora? They were both separate. They went 2 separate ways.
Oh, they went 2 separate ways. I thought they were both. The
Yeah,
same
one went
way.
right, one went left.
I'll roll. We'll go evens, Kora, odds for Chugsby, and that's a 1. So I did go towards Chugsby.
Okay, so you are within close range. So it's gonna be 7 points of magic damage as you feel these kind of daggers slash into you.
Yeah, I'll use I'm your shield.
Okay, as you do
I'll do
so,
that.
so it's gonna be 7 points of damage to you.
Okay, and I reduce
And
that
when you-
by 3.
Thanks, buddy.
And take an armor slot. I take nothing.
Okay, when you do so, you just feel like the daggers as she like slashes with you. You see immediately that the dagger like slashes into the air. There's like a line between you and the daggers with this like golden thread that gets thrown into the air, then snaps, and then you see that like coalesce into like one solid mote of light and gets sent towards the Titan. You lose 1 hope.
Oh shit. Okay.
As you begin to forget,
No.
How you
Drop
met
it.
the captain?
Daniel, stop it.
How I met the captain?
How you met the captain? Forget how you met the
Don't touch that. What?
Wait, what I miss? What happened?
Forget how he met the captain.
Grick, you kind of feel like something feels off,
a real
but no one in this
dick-face move.
room, everyone in this room, you feel like you remember them, but something has just been taken from you. Swings back to you all as players. Grick, Chugsby, right next to Isone. Either one of you doing anything?
As Grick goes between us, I just put my hand on his back. You okay, buddy? As I see like the moat leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Seth.
I think so. I think. Yeah, I'm fine. You'll see Grick just kind of load up his rocket-propelled fist and just go to punch her right in the face.
Yeah, make the attack roll.
That is 13 plus 3, 16 to hit
16 to
With-
hit.
with fear.
With fear, I will take that fear. Just hits.
I know. I feel like we're all rolling fear tonight, dude. It's been rough. Oof. Oh, it's the worst roll I've ever seen. 6 damage.
6 damage. That is a
1,
minor
1, and a
wound.
3.
With
What I
that,
rolled
I
on
am going to
3d10s.
spend my reaction to use Radiant Flame Blades. I'm going to spend the fear that you just gave me, and
Oh
she's
my
just
God.
going to in this rage, just go, just start slashing
Oh my
uncontrollably.
God.
I am going to make an attack roll towards both of you here.
Who?
Does a
No.
22 hit
No.
Which one?
both of you?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Correct.
And that is going to be a total of 8 points of magical damage. Once again, these daggers just being thrown around. Just she slices and lets go, grabs another dagger, slices down, grabs another dagger, slices, and continues to go with this kind of barrage of attacks. Feel free to use armor on this, but since you are hit once again, her memory sap passive pops again. You both each lose another hope. As Chugsby, you don't remember what Bush Bay is.
Dare you
And Grick,
monster.
who is your second in command?
Oh. You're taking Borg from me?
I don't know who that
Delia, Kora, Chugsby, you,
He's the one who
Chugsby and
saved us in
Grick
the
are
first
both
episode.
in kind of this
Oh,
like
I'm flying
loss.
in. I am flying.
They are stunned for a moment, and you see her about to take more stabs in as you fly straight in.
Flying.
Make the attack or do what you're doing.
Yeah, flying in with Mama. And I will note that as I'm flying, I do have now a +2 to my evasion, just
Okay.
if that matters to
Sure.
anybody. Okay, so that is a 15 with hope.
15 with hope does not hit. She sees you kind of coming in, noticing that they're stabbed. She almost like blinks for a moment, like, and as you slice in, she disappears. She's behind you, and she's gonna make another attack roll towards you.
Oh no! I got her.
I can.
I
Okay.
assume a 18 is going to hit.
Yeah, even with my increased evasion, I'm only at
18
10.
hits.
Okay.
That is going to
We
be
still
a
have rally
total
die, right?
of
Yes.
You still
if
rally
haven't
die.
used it,
Oh,
you
I should have
still
spent
rally
rally on
die.
that attack.
No, I just thought of
I
that.
just thought about that.
That's gonna be 12
Okay.
points of physical damage.
Okay.
Memory saps goes once more. You lose
Fuck
another
off.
hope.
Fuck off.
As you do so, there's a moment here, Delia, where you look at your axe and you're slicing, and then it's just an axe
is
to
hurting
you.
my
You
feelings.
forgot its name.
Oh.
No.
Cora, what are you doing?
I would like to.
All three of them kind of sapped and with this. You see lights traveling from them from the blades that dealt damage. What are you doing, Cora?
So I'm looking around and I can see all of my friends having these like shuddering moments, and I want to draw her off. So I'm going to sweep my foot out in a like semicircle around myself, casting on the area around me rune circle. I mark a stress to do that, but what I would like to do, if you will allow me, is then I want to try to goad her. It's not a skill or anything. I just want to do it by kind of, I want to yell, "Hey, gorgeous, sorry we killed your boyfriend, but you're in luck I'm single. And I want to use a presence to try to make her come at me.
Sure. Any experiences that you think you could add to this?
So good.
Yeah, personality higher.
Yeah, I'll allow you to make this roll if you use an experience.
Fantastic, I will. Personality
Can I-
higher.
Presence for it.
Incredible.
Can I help somehow?
How? I just want to know how. That's all.
Right. That's what I want to.
While
We're
you
a
think,
throuple.
while you think about that real quick, I did roll vengeance because I took damage, but I only rolled a 3.
Yes.
I'm rolling 3, yeah.
I think I'm
Sure.
railing too much.
You could push her if
Okay.
if she starts running this way. You could push her. I'm trying to. So Chugsby, what you know
Right.
is happening. Okay, I've done this before, you guys. You know my little dance steps and everything. This thing is casting a rune circle around me. I goad something into coming after me. When they get into range of me, they take a lot of damage. So I'm
the amount
trying
of men
to get
in
her
cavern
coming
she's taken
here.
out with this
Okay.
spell is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like push her forward and be like,
Sure.
I've heard some stories about Kora. You might enjoy.
They're all true. Like.
Sure.
All right.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna add my experience. I've heard a story about that to this roll as
I'll
well.
allow it.
So,
So
you're gonna roll
it's a
your
plus 2 or plus 3?
+2.
Plus 2. So plus 2 in advantage, Cora.
Okay. And then mine. So I have +2, and then my +2 from personality higher, and then I have a +4. So I have a +8 and advantage.
Nice.
Oh my god! And I don't even fucking need it because it is 2s. It is 2s. It's double 2s. Yeah. So
With that-
so yeah, I wouldn't have been like super high because it's double 2s, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
With that, you see her kind of like getting ready to make another slice towards everyone, and in doing so, just hears this shrill voice that annoys her more than goads her or kind of allures her to you. As she turns, seeing you across the room, you see her almost kind of like flip and immediately flicker steps. I am going to spend the fear. Or not spend the fear, spend the stress for her to flicker step to you. And as she does so, she takes damage from the rune circle. Go ahead and let me know how much damage that is.
Incredible. I marked a hope, I cleared a stress, and now I'm making the attack. So rune circle specifically does any creatures of melee range or try to enter 2d12 plus 4 magic damage.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, a 10 and an 11 for 21 plus
Oh, yeah.
max on my d4. So 20, 10 and 11 is 21. Yeah. Plus 4, 25. Sorry, I'm very bad at math.
25.
you
That is
guys.
going to be severe. As you see her, and this pushes her out or just takes damage.
Yeah, it's going to push her out, but it pushes out at the end of their action. So
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna go ahead and do so. She kind of takes the damage, and you see her just kind of reach for you as the rune circle magic begins to start shoving her. Does I think this is. I'm rolling pretty hot today. 19.
I mean, certainly. Listen, my evasion 10.
With a total of 12 points of magical damage as she gets shoved out of the runic circle. You do lose a hope because she
Okay.
hits you.
Ooh,
As
I lose a hope
you-
if she hits me, huh?
sit there and you begin to reminisce, and you felt this feeling before, as your memories have been attempted to be pulled from once, as you know you just lost something. Kora, you don't know, I think this is funny, your body count.
No! That's very important to me! You bitch!
Thankfully, she confided it in Delia, so.
We're gonna have a session.
Best
after
friends
this. We're
share
gonna-
everything, okay?
Yeah, there was Mike. There was Todd.
Daniel, you absolute motherfucker!
Girls talk, as the men should all know by now, okay? Can we say that the second, like, I know I wouldn't get there in time for this, but like the second that this starts to go down, I will start flying towards Kora.
Yeah, you start flying. There is time for someone to make a ranged attack, either between Grick or Chugsby before Delia makes it.
Very briefly,
Unless,
I'm
Kora,
so
you had
sorry.
something. Yes.
I don't. I did not hear what amount of damage I took.
Oh, sorry. 12 points.
12. Okay, great. Fantastic. Oh, wow.
As Delia begins swinging, Chugsby, Grick, either one of you.
2 armor slots.
I am no longer going ranged here. I'm going to use deft maneuvers from here to mark a stress to move anywhere within far range without making an ability roll to get there.
Yeah, easily. You see Delia running or flying forward, and as you do, you kind of do this this almost like ninja run as you run underneath her, kind of getting ahead. As you make range, reaching to Isone, what are you doing there?
Is there rules in Daggerheart for switching weapons? Like I wanted to
mark a stress.
Okay, great. So as I kind of leap off of this,
I don't know that.
Now you do.
I just let them. I just let anybody just switch weapons.
Well, that's fine too. You know,
for all the last couple hundred, all the past 100 games that I've been running, I have not done that once.
I will burn that stress gladly. As I leap off of this rubble, I just go into like a spin, and as I do, I tuck my bow kind of into like a notch in my shell that it stores into, and I retract into my shell and spin across the floor. And as I do, I'm going to use one of my 2 strategic approaches. So I'm going to burn this. How's everyone's stress looking? Or I guess it would only be Kora.
No, because the thing that when I rolled a critical, I got to remove a stress, so I'm okay for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
we chilling.
You know what? I'll just roll with advantage because I want to hit. No, I'm gonna add the damage.
Yes.
I'm gonna add the damage.
Okay,
Why not? Because I have my rally die.
You do have your rally die.
Okay, so I'm gonna make an attack roll as I pop back out from this spin with my cutlass in hand, and that's a. Oh, I have 0 presence with this cutlass. I'm gonna use my rally die because that's a 12 with hope.
No.
Will
but
not hit.
if I roll a 6 on this,
Unless
I might
you-
hit
yep.
her. Should I go for it? I'm
Do
gonna
it.
go for it.
Do it.
Do it. Big rolls.
Do it.
That's
Love
a 2. I got a 14.
I will. Okay, hold on. Wait. I will use my last prayer dice and give you +4.
Ooh.
With that, the 14 turning to an 18 will certainly hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Suck it, Isono.
Okay.
So I'm adding an additional D8 to this because of my strategic approach.
Strategic approach.
Spin move.
Spin move.
7. Oh my god.
Oh god.
15, 16 points.
16 points is a minor wound.
16 points.
You
I've rolled
see
so
her
many
kind
twos
of
out there.
in this like drop to her knees, kind of reaching to try to slice one more time. Delia, you kind of make clear the gap. You get in range. What do you do?
I look at Kora and say, besties till the end. And initiate a tag team with Kora.
Yes!
Spinning
I
the
was
3.
trying to get hope, but I don't have it. Like,
I had it. Spinning the 3 hope to do so as we begin our final push.
very good. I'm so excited.
Come on. Big money.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! Why do I have to? That is so freeing for me to not have to worry about it.
I was so sad because I looked at my hope first and I saw a 3 and I was like, this isn't going to have made it. And then I see my fear die also rolled a 3 and I got really excited.
Yes. Oh my god. I love it so much. Could we, I would like, so she's right next to my rune circle, right? I know that this is a little weird, but could I, like, with my magic, try to shape it into, like, a web that kind of wraps around her and seizes her for Delia to then attack? If I could even grab a string, I could raise her like a piñata for you and Mama.
Just for fun.
What are you thinking, Delia?
I absolutely like Delia can fly, but has gotten used to your theatrics and knows that whatever touch and spin you want to put on this will be better. As all she knows to do is just like raise the battle axe over her head and just be prepared to bring it crashing down from whatever heights you want to raise her to.
What if I will, the piñata is one idea. I'll give you, pitch one more and then we'll take it. My other idea is I time lock her and you try to shatter her. You know, like when you freeze something and it shatters like porcelain?
Oh, that sounds fun as hell. Let's do that one.
Okay. Daniel, would you let me do just a standard weapon attack for that
Just
damage?
Standard weapon attack, yeah.
Okay,
Just roll
great.
for damage.
Fantastic.
That's cool as hell.
Remember, this is automatically max plus your roll.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
my base damage for this is going to be 36.
Oh my god.
Whatever I roll. So it's going to be fun.
I use my attack so rarely I can't find it.
Or
There
has
it
a
is.
weapon?
I got
What?
it. I know. Not really. Like,
Where'd you get this from?
yeah, I have a rapier, hilariously. Like, I just pulled it out. Oh, it's there. I still have found it. Like, don't I? Okay, that's not bad.
53 points of damage.
Oh yeah, I did super good too. 18. Like,
I helped.
Hey, 71.
So 71.
As you
moment.
see her... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and what happens from her battle axe that she can't quite remember of she calls out to it and realizes that the words aren't there, but all of a sudden these vines
wham.
and blossoms begin to kind of curve and shoot forward from the battle axe, giving it some kind of grace from beyond as it overwhelms, hopefully, our enemy here.
You see as though Isone is about to like do one more of her flicker steps. As Kora, you reach out and almost just touch her as she freezes mid-transition. Delia, you reach your hand up into the air. It's like, meat! And then you just swing down. The rest of this just like slams, crunching into her. You see that the stars just kind of scatter and begin to like spiral into random directions across the space as she is no longer there. The axe essentially devouring her as you see her silver crown drop to the ground. You all stand, just continuing to slam, trying to find everything. Aeon's body to the ground. The bottom remains left of Isone. You all take a second and breathe.
Shriek! Come here, buddy.
You're incredible. I want to crash into Delia with a hug.
You just hear Delia saying, meat, meat,
Neat.
meat.
Delia, what's wrong? What's wrong?
The vines and the blossoming and it does. There was a name.
It's Mama. It's Mama, dude.
It doesn't
What?
sound right. That doesn't sound right.
I don't think that's it.
Dear, it's always been Mama. It has a longer name.
Maybe it'll come back to me later.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna,
We'll get it back.
it'll be alright, dear.
But we
You were incredible
we
out there.
we did it. We did it because of you rallied us, and Chugsby, you were just shooting and slashing. Oh my god, and Grick, some of those hits, some of that tanking that you were doing was just amazing. I'm just,
You saved me, buddy.
it's gonna be okay, you guys.
The crowns begin to raise.
Snatch. No.
As you do so, it's almost like it reaches, as you reach for it, it just kind of wisps one way.
Yeah.
You reach for it again, wisps the other way, and begins to continue to raise. You see the
Quick,
silver
let's
crown
surround it.
first. As you see Aeon's also raising.
Oh no.
His body's gone. There's no more legs of Isone, and you just begin to see the crowns get ever so out of reach from where you're currently at. As you see them both begin to spiral around each other.
Oh god, they're fucking. That's one. That's the body count of one.
It's one. Count
Oh, you had
I'm
to
so
know.
sorry. It's intense.
This one's on you, Rice.
Sorry, man.
This did not come through any of my planning at all. No.
I'm so sorry. Oh no.
Let's try having a normal reaction now, friends.
What's happening?
Wow.
I think they're fucking.
It's written in the stars.
We do the retcon. It's just Grick asking and Chugsby doing the same response.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what fucking is. Oh, got
Almost.
it.
They're star-fucked lovers.
Oh my god. Very good. Okay.
There is a dimness in the room that the crowns themselves begin to absorb of light. And then there is this cosmic heartbeat almost that you hear, kind of this ping. Then you hear almost two voices interlocked with each other, one masculine, one feminine. You think this island would let you in? We are its heartbeat. We are the reason this island sustains itself. As you then begin to start seeing, the rings then begin to start splitting almost into two separate halos, two separate rings of both gold and silver around now two split heads, as one to the right looks very clearly all just like Isone, while the other one looks like Aeon. As the rest of the celestial body forms, you see it reaching and like grasping on, and as it clenches its hands, you begin to start seeing these these motes of light from the Titan itself, these memories that has been getting thrown into it, beginning to pull and pool into this mass and body, casting constellations within this form. What is now in front of you is this coalesced single celestial entity that almost twists and radiant with this gold and silver. Their halos now emulate burning. Full, exhaustion. You will not leave. Your memories are ours! As he kind of reaches forward, and I'm just going to spend 2 fear to cast Starlit Cataclysm. All of you within range, I need you all to make presence rolls as it reaches forward, and you feel almost like your body is being pulled from you as you see lights being pulled from every one of your orifices at this point. Presence roll for me.
Who is in range?
Presence ain't great for me.
Presence is great for me.
Come on, crit.
Are we all in range?
You are all within far range, yes.
That's a 13 with fear.
13 with fear.
Wait, is this a reaction roll?
Oh god.
This is a reaction roll, yes.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
so this 13. Correct, sorry.
21.
21.
I add.
I rolled an 18 with my rally die. I burned for it.
I'm
18.
also burning my rally die. 16 hop?
16.
Reaction roll or just it was a
Reaction.
reaction.
Just a
Okay,
reaction, yeah.
16.
So Kora and Chugsby, you see these lights of both silver and gold this time being ripped from both of your bodies as the other two of you kind of hold strong and bunker down as to not take the brunt of this damage.
I feel like Grick and I are about to say the same thing.
We are.
Tag team?
Kora and Chugsby take 17 points of magical damage.
I am your shield.
We make eye contact. And I jump towards Chugsby.
And I jump towards Kora.
Oh, you guys! Oh.
17 points, half to a Grick, so that would be 9. So 17 plus 9 is 26 points of magical damage to the two of you as you cast I Am Your Shield.
23?
26.
26. Okay, I'm
26. The two of you.
Okay, so I minus that by
26
3.
each or 14 each?
26 each
Okay.
for the two of you.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha,
Minus
gotcha.
the 3 for strength, so 23.
23.
And you get to
Because you
deal
took
damage back,
their
right?
damage.
And I get to roll
because
these.
you're within far range. He was up in the air when he did this.
That's right. I have to be within melee.
That being
in order
said,
to do that.
both of you, since you're taking Kora and Chugsby's,
Kimmy
both
and
of you mark
Chugsby have
2
grabbed each
stress.
other and we're just like, like
But the two of you mark 2 stress.
oh, us?
And no, not you two. Just Grick and Delia, since you're taking the stress from Kora and Chugsby. And Grick and Delia, what is your bottom experience?
What?
Stupidly smart.
Okay.
You can't touch this.
You both lose those experiences.
No. No.
Oh, that's mean.
DM, also I have a question. What happens when you max out your stress?
You are permanently vulnerable until you clear stress. You cannot remove this
alright.
condition unless you clear stress.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you jump forward in front of Chugsby and Grick, you kind of have almost like this inverse reaction as your body is just like littered with this light that still remains. It's almost as if there's like a tether still, even though Delia's has severed, and now within not just Aeon or Isone, it is now Ione. As they kind of pull towards Grick, there's still a grasp in his hand of your experiences. It swings back to you all as players. Who swings at this
May I toss
amalgamation?
May I toss a stamina potion at Grick?
Yeah, I was gonna speak some words at him to also do the same thing. So yes, stamina potion time.
Stamina
Yeah,
potion coming
easily.
your way
Okay.
for sure. I would also like to, and this I understand that this might be, my turn doing these two things. I'm going to use my Guardian's Hope to clear 3 armor slots.
You do so. As you all
very
kind of
good.
just sit there, you see this dual-headed figure, kind of this, almost both of them with this luscious hair that they had, kind of now radiating in,
still hot.
and just overwhelmingly stands as both of them smile, or at least this one now individual smiles, goading you on once more with 2 hands as you see it split 1, 2, 3, 4. With both right hands reaching out forward. Who moves?
I'll go ahead and drink that stamina
Yeah,
potion.
go ahead and roll
Yeah.
that.
And that's a
But who's moving forward?
D4.
D4.
Yeah.
+1.
Great.
No, it's just D4. Is it just flat D4?
Yeah, it's minor, so it's just D4, yeah.
That's two gone from me. And I'll just kind of casually move forward while I drink that, tearing out that tether that's on me.
He is up in the air at the moment.
So,
Or they
question,
are up in the air.
Ranger's Focus. Did I lose that when Aeon died?
Same thing for Deadly Focus, because I had that on Aeon.
I would say that it's still the same entity, though combined, it's now one entity. I would say that this still continues.
Cool.
Well, Delia's going to start flying, but since I've done many things, if somebody else wants to get
I'm
something in
shooting
while
an
I
arrow as well.
take off to pound.
I guess I mark
Yeah.
a stress to switch out my weapon, right?
I'll say that you don't have to mark the stress. There's kind of this moment
Oh,
where
since
he's
we had a
telling you
moment.
to go.
Yeah.
There's a moment he's telling you to go forward. But yeah, Chugsby, as you fire and Delia moving forward.
I'm happy to let you guys go. Like, y'all do some attacks and stuff, Let's kick his ass.
I got a 15 with hope.
15 with hope does not hit that.
Yeah.
There's a much larger radiance.
Yeah, I didn't think about adding that
There's more
experience
energy, and that air, that energy kind of just wafts that normal plane arrow off the way. With that though, I think he is just going to kind of like take his hand, and he is just going to fire 3 blasts of celestial bolts, as he has relentless 3 now.
Oh no!
First one is going towards Delia, as you're the one coming on in the way.
Yay.
A natural 1 would not hit, as you kind of fly, dodging out of the way. Chugsby, this one's coming
laughable.
towards you. Chugsby, I'm certain that this one will hit for a 23.
Yeah. I don't think you've rolled under a 22 against me. Oh, no, you did. You did one time. You missed
boy.
one.
It's a tier
Yeah, I
3
missed one,
adversary. That is 3 damage die. That is going to be
Oh no.
17 points of physical or magic damage.
17 points. Okay, so since Shriek is with me, my armor is now 9.
Okay.
All right.
So you said 17 damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
The third one is kind of controlled by the left side with Isone side, as it's going to throw it at you, Kora. That's going to be a 17 to hit for a total of 20 points of magic damage.
No. I would instead, I should like to do a little arcane deflection. I'm going to spend a hope to completely negate any incoming damage. It just looks like a big ward that flashes fire in front of me, and as it diminishes, my horns are giving off some smoke and my eyes have gone black. No touching until you pay for the merchandise, sweetie.
I love the image of these 3 bolts flying. Just Delia just like
Nothing.
cruising
Nothing.
past one. Chugsby like turning it into his shell, just like reflecting off of it, and then the shield from Kora just like simultaneously.
We're the gods now, bitch.
There's kind of this blast of smoke that you all see. Delia, as the smoke begins to clear, so that way everyone else can see, you manage to make it towards Ione. Or what do you do? Or Aone.
I'm gonna strike
Isona.
at it with Isona. I'm gonna strike at it with my battle axe, and I'm definitely gonna use my rally die on this one. That makes it so much better, so I can try and hit it. Okay, so
Man.
18. Hold on. Actually, no. I didn't add enough. 21. Didn't add my strength modifier.
21 with.
21 with fear.
Oof.
Roll for damage.
But and I now get to add that proficiency back in because he's still my deadly. They are still my deadly focus.
Nice.
That's 40-10 coming your way. 28.
28 is unfortunately only major damage.
Only major.
That is going to be 2 points there. As you do so, you're the only one within this range. The smoke still clears as you all kind of like try to gust it out of the way. And as the smoke clears, Aone is going to take 3 strikes towards Delia. Delia, first one is going to be 13. 11 points of physical damage.
Okay.
When he hits, I gain a fear.
Okay.
Second attack.
So do I get to roll a vengeance for every
Yeah,
time
go
I
ahead
take
and
damage?
roll a vengeance for this one.
Okay, that is a 5. So 1 hit
5.
point back.
Dude.
Ooh, this
Boom.
is fun trading these
Just back and
blows.
forth, dude.
It's this blade strike as you're kind of dodging in between the 4 hands that are all kind of moving with this like double-edged daggers. Like the 2 on the bottom is like 2 smaller daggers. The 2 on top are full twin blades that are just kind of getting thrown towards you. Any armor that you're using on that one?
I'm not, because that's a minor, and I would have to spend 2 armor to negate it.
Good, because you'll probably need it in this one, because this one is a natural 20.
Oh,
I gain a
boy.
fear on natural 20s.
Oh boy.
Since I hit, I gain another fear.
Oh boy.
That is going to be 19, one more die. 24 points of physical damage on the second hit.
I'm going to spend 3 armor slots to completely negate that. When you were okay, so I do get to roll. No, 4 on the die for that vengeance.
4. With that, you kind of take up your shield, brunting the hit. I am going to spend a fear to take or add my experience to this. I'm going to use Fractured Harmony, and I'm going to spend another fear to add You Will Bow to give me an additional +4 to this hit.
Oh boy.
hit.
And that is going to be a total of 24 to hit. And for this last one...
Delia, where are you?
23 points of physical damage, Delia.
Health, armor, all?
All, everything's bad. Everything's real bad.
Everything's bad.
Everything's bad.
The smoke clears at this point as you see Delia, who was in a moment like succeeding in dodging. As soon as she puts that shield up, gets slammed to the side, and but before she's able to raise the other one, you see a dagger drop and a punched fist with a slice down, as Delia now kind of drips as you see a shower of blood heading towards your direction. The three of you seeing Delia up there, how do you respond to support her?
All right, I'm going to.
Delia, did you do your third vengeance?
Oh, third vengeance, yes, do that too.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I have health potions.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be another one.
Thank you for saying
Punch 'em.
that.
Good call.
So I have 2 armor slots and 1 hit point left, everybody.
I am
I
going to
have a
spend
health
one of my
potion.
stresses
No, you aren't.
because you hit me. Whenever I take damage, I can spend a stress and duplicate the attack to any random PC within close range. There is only one. No. Delia, you managing to grab a hold and slice in. You then see he lets go of the blades to put his fists together, and he just slams down, and you just see Delia, and you just see her skyrocketing to the ground. There's an impact crater at this point at the end of the Titan statue. Delia drops. I'm going to take a pause for you to think about your death move here for a moment. As the rest of the crew, I want to know what is going on in your minds.
We'll be like, fuck you a little bit, you know, like, you know, like, it's...
We don't have. There's no time to do any healing
Hubris.
or anything, right? She's automatically in death move.
What do you want to do? What would Grick do? As you hear Aone, stay down, you pesky fly.
Gross.
And he like glares to the three of you.
If Grick would go over to Delia's body and put up his shield. Basically, if I could pick Delia up and put her in the mech seat and close the clamshell to be like a protective barrier. And you see Grick inside, well, you guys don't see, but inside he's scrambling. He's like, I know, I have something. So he's like trying to cauterize wounds. He's trying to clean up blood off her face. And I would, if I could, I would use Sparing Touch to clear 2 hit points.
That's going to take some time.
Okay.
As the wounds on Delia are massive, more than you've ever seen her take on before. She's a tiny tank. She's the one who gets up there in every single fight that you've been in, but you've never seen her in this situation before, in this state.
Can I add to that? To try and help?
I would, but I am going to spend a fear because I have so much of it right now. He is going to use a variation of Flicker Step, as I'm going to spend a fear to take my turn, and then 2 fear as he kind of flickers, and he's going to appear right behind Chugsby and Kora, as he is going to use
Rune Circle.
Disharmony, a 9 hit. Either one of you.
You suck.
Yeah, it doesn't hit me.
Does
either.
not hit.
Doesn't hit.
Wow. Hell yeah.
I growl in his ear.
You feel as almost like your minds begin to kind of separate, and there's a moment where it's trying to enter into your mind. As he's standing behind you, the 2 of his hands kind of over and attempting to suck out of it. You've been fighting this for some time. This is resistible. How do you 2 narratively like dodge this? What do you think of? What do you cling on to? How do you hold on to the memories that you just resisted from being taken?
So for Kora, I'm playing her, like, it's just, I don't love the timing of this necessarily, but I'm playing her as a different thing right now. When she drops into Dread Visage, I'm kind of moving into Feminine Rage. And so in this moment, it's not as much holding on to it for any, it's just the power of rage. Like, you can't steal from me what you can't access because it's locked behind fire, you know?
Chugsby, in your mind.
As he kind of dodges underneath, kind of with a quick turtle spin underneath the legs, kind of pops up, and just between the two heads, just quietly in their ears, he just growls, "You will never take her memory from us."
As you do so, successfully kind of avoiding, it's almost like their minds went into a trance, like they were kind of lost in just trying to take your memories, and you appear before them. As you do so, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to roll a d4 to start a countdown. Countdown of 3. This countdown will go down every time you take an action. You may use something, some form of spells, each one needing a duality roll to bring Delia back. You need to succeed before that countdown hits 0. Every action reduces the countdown. Kora, as you cast Rune Circle,
I don't
push
cast
this individual
Rune
away.
Circle. It is not an action. It happens. It's a result of that person stepping into my space. If it will cause the countdown, I'll scrub it away with my foot.
It's already set up.
I will say that it would add to the countdown for this specific scenario.
God, I can't stop it from happening. It's just there. Okay, then he's taking the damage from it. Jesus.
Can you also launch me with it towards her body?
Oh my God. I don't see why not. It's up to.
You'd have to
that's
take
up
the
to-
damage.
Yeah,
probably.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to move. You have
That's
death
fine.
maneuver, so it's not really going to be any
Also-
issue anyway.
Okay, all right. So.
I will take that damage if you can launch me towards her.
Oh God, that is such a good roll. It's a 12 on the hope and a 9 on the fear plus 4. Well, I mean, they're not fear dice, but it is 2d12 damage. Only a 1 on the other though. So what is 12 and 9 is 21 again, right? 22.
21.
22 points of damage to him.
22.
Them, and they are pushed out at the end of their action. Like as that pulse of energy happens, I want to kind of nod at Chugsby because you're using this as well, right?
Major wound, you
Yep.
kind of casting as the rune circle forms, pushing Aone out one way, Chugsby, giving space for Chugsby to kind of bolt the other way. Grick, as you now have Delia in your grasps.
Yeah, I
What are you
want
doing
to
here?
use
Just
sparing
the Spirit
touch.
of Dying?
Yeah, sparing touch.
Make a
It's
spellcast roll.
okay. Can I also use an experience, my last hope,
You
for
can.
I can fix that?
You can.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
2 2s.
2 2s. Sparing touch goes off. Delia, you heal the 2 hit points. You don't have much to it, but you are now within Grick's mech. There's a moment where the bruising, the swelling is still everywhere on your body all at once, but you are conscious for a moment as Grick manages to keep you here. As immediately, what is your reaction? What are you thinking as you gain consciousness back?
That we always get the final laugh.
Chugsby, you make your way over to the group. The mech kind of opens up as Delia kind of flies up into the air. Grick turns, you noticing that everyone is safe, but you have left Kora alone. I don't have any fear, everyone. What do you do?
I want to tag team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but I can't decide who to tag team with.
Roll the dice. That's what they're there for.
Because I'm like, I want to tag team with Delia in this epic moment, but I don't want to send Delia into the danger.
Delia has you can see Delia's got a plan, and is that a whoopee cushion she just pulled out?
Ooh.
And you guys know with her like practical joke hijinks that like you can tell, even swollen and bloodied, that her wheels are turning and something's happening.
So, as a tag team, or she has a plan?
If you would like to initiate one, I would be.
I would love to.
Yeah, I'm going to see if the GM will allow me to have a little bit of fun.
Some flavor.
Sure. What are
Some
you two
flavor.
tag teaming? What is this? What is it? What are you adding? What does this look like?
Delia shoves her arcane gauntlets into the whoopee cushion.
Okay.
And gets ready with everything that she has watched from Grick about making a splash, making a scene, and is with her brute force and strength getting ready to launch that whoopee cushion up into Aeonistrona.
With that, can I add a help action and give an experience, make it go boom?
I don't think you can give an experience unless you have the
Oh no, I don't do that.
thing for it. Yeah,
But,
a help
well,
action only adds the d6, but I will allow
Okay,
you to
but yeah,
add the d6
there
if
you
you have
go.
the hope.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
allow
do
it.
that. I'll drop my hope on that.
So, Chugsby, on your side, what's happening?
I'm gonna land from this arcane burst, and see Delia's okay. I think Chugsby just is like full of relief and does this awkward like hand grab. Like we have this like handshake, but we've never really done it.
Yeah,
And
we
I'm just
never
like,
really got right.
Yep. And just kind of like, just turns and just fires an arrow. It's just gonna let an arrow fly. When I tag team, I roll a d20 instead of a d12
Correct.
for my hook.
So I'm gonna have said that we used. You've got to be kidding me!
Criticals?
I just rolled double threes again. I kid you not. Like I wish that I had a cam on this.
I know, I always want one too. That's why I always like lift them like without moving them in a show.
I know. I'm like,
Here?
I'm just gonna take
I did
you
not
guys
roll that.
down here. There's a
Amazing.
three.
So good, so
Look
good.
at that 3.
There's the
There it
other.
is.
Bone and diamonds, bone and glitter.
We'll take
Double
that
threes.
over my
I wanna
22
Certainly go and hit.
Here's what we've got the
They're
whoopee
still
cushion.
good.
I want to say that with Grick's help action, we got some gunpowder in there. We're gonna light Chugsby's arrow on fire. I'm gonna frisbee style just throw the whoopee cushion loaded with gunpowder and gauntlets to smash into these guys as the flaming arrow hits it. Is
Yes.
the ridiculous, totally nonsensical thing I want to go for in this moment.
Yes.
So
Roll for damage. It
good.
is a crit, so it is maxed, plus the roll.
Are you letting me? So are you letting me use the arcane gauntlets damage, even though I'm not actually punching with them? Are you letting me literally pack a punch? Is what the joke that Delia is trying to make is?
I will say that. What is the die total on an arcane gauntlet?
3d10 plus. Oh wait, yeah, 3. I think it's 3d10 plus
Bring
6.
it down to d6s, since this
Okay.
is not normally how an arcane.
I know. I'm not trying to.
You can still have the 3d6.
So 3d6
So
plus
18.
6.
Correct. So
And then
18 plus whatever modifiers that you have normally.
And also is deadly focus is still up. So does that make it
Correct.
46?
It would make it 46.
So 30 is my base damage here because it would be 46 plus 6.
Amazing.
Thank you, benevolent GM, for going with the shenanigans.
See, and I have 3d6, so plus 3, so my base is 21.
Of course, I rolled 2 1s on the first damage roll. That's called karma. Okay. 42 plus 6, 48 from Delia.
34 from Chugsby.
So 82. He has double the severe threshold, which is 4 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
with a giant fart. Exploding giant fart
cushion.
as the arrow hits the whoopee cushion right at the point of impact.
And I feel like it's like that, like slow motion, like zoom in on the whoopee cushion as the arrow hits. It ignites it and propels the gauntlet, both the gauntlets, just straight into the faces. Just like a double. Just so absurd.
The arrow is still tied to Shriek, as you see Shriek kind of follow through with it. At the very end of the Wookiee kitchen, it's just like this loud, like, fart sound. You hear this emulation of, like, an explosion of the gas somehow that was within the whoopee cushion, as you see the gauntlets charging forward, very similarly to how Grick fires his arcane gauntlets. As you see Shriek just kind of screaming this loud echo, Kora, you know what's coming. As you see and then turn back to Aone, what are the last things you say before this thing hits the Celestial?
I would like to, as all of this is happening and the sound of this sonic boom is kind of pulling the sound out of it, right? Instead of hearing like my musical tones usually, you're going to hear like a deeper, slower, reverberating vocal cord come out and violin playing a sad, slow song in the background as the Inferis went down to Bush Bay. She was looking for a god to kill. Her ship had sunk, and she was in a funk. She was finding she'd lost her chill. When she came across two children throwing tantrums soaked in snot. So she nodded to her best friends and said, assholes, let me tell you what. And that'll be the sound that they hear as...
The Celestials just begin to start screaming no, as you begin to start seeing the lights fire out in every direction. You see essentially what looks like almost bullet holes at this point, firing up the outside of this, what was a dome of this ruins, as you just start seeing pieces and pieces, and now what you see is starlight above you, and piercing through into the area as the body of this amalgamized celestial begins to dissipate and lose form. It's screaming no, no, as it's trying to reach for and trying to like summon more power, and it does so in its fist, and as it does, you see it kind of reaching and kind of grabbing, and its hands turn into this sparkling dust. You see the two heads turn to each other as they both say, we made it home somehow. And then they say the words brother and sister unanimously.
Ew.
Gross. Gross.
They were fucking?
We made it dirty. We were playing Game of Thrones Daggerheart. Who knew? Ew.
The words must mean something different in their language.
A rock falls from the ceiling. Uh-oh. And another. And another. And another. As the large dome begins to crumble.
We better go.
You need to go. You need to go.
As you begin kind of making your way, there's one entryway on the other side of the space, the one that you should have entered the first time going through. And as you begin making your way towards the space, you just hear a voice. Wait. This kind of loud voice. As you hear kind of creaking, the large statue, this titan in the center, begins to move slowly towards you all. The rocks kind of falling on the head over and over, just unfazed by what is going on.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I don't.
You
What is it
won't
you want?
make it back in time.
Are you offering to help?
As he begins kind of
If not, you're wasting our time.
He's reaching towards the four of you, as he just says,
I will help.
And she's like reaching for you, and it's like very forceful.
Instinct
and he's,
check.
Yeah, go ahead and make an instinct roll for me.
That's fair.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh no. All right. So I got a 10 with fear.
10 with fear. Unsure of what this Titan's expectations are, but you are all completely drained out of everything.
To
fight a
too
Titan.
stressed to make it a hope just for funsies. I'd like another hope.
Yeah. The absolute disaster of where you are physically at the moment. The thought of fighting a Titan is not a wise one, and that's all I'll leave there.
All right, we're in, big boy.
He kind of reaches out for you and then just begins kind of walking through. This hole is only about 10 feet high in terms of the entryway. This Titan itself is about 50 feet tall, and he just begins walking as if he's going through the entryway as you just hear the sounds of crumbling stone fall to the ground. As you begin making your way out the space, you see kind of on the back as this Titan's holding you in his hands, you do see one individual that's standing where the Titan was. This kind of frail, hunched individual that just kind of stands.
It's a little old man.
And then just waves.
Oh my god, no, we gotta grab him. I wanna grab
Presence
him.
check for me. Yeah, make a presence check for me.
Alright. Okay. Personality higher, please. Alright. Okay, it is a 17 with hope.
17 with hope.
With who?
As you do so, the Titan kind of stops.
Hit him. He's nice.
He turns and reaches to grab a hold. And as he does so, he kind of grabs him with his hand. And then he looks at his hand. And he's not there.
We don't have time.
And he like walks as fast as he can.
This place will close. I have to get you home.
And you thought you were the quicker method than us?
He is moving tremendously faster than you, but his
Okay,
movements are so slow because of how
long
large
gait.
he
Get a
is.
hustle on James and the Giant Peach. Let's go.
Yeah, he is running, and as he continues to run, you do notice something about his body now that he's left this dome. It does begin to emulate in a light. A very bright radiance, not one akin to the glowing stars from afar,
What is this? Delia
but in
is
kind of
making faces.
orange
and I
and
need
white, an orange, a yellowish white aura begins to kind of fill his shape.
You've got to
As
teach
he's
us how to do
walking
that.
towards, you see what looks to be this kind of that hole in the sky as he's pointing towards it. In doing so, I am going to drop a countdown. The countdown currently is 5. From that center dome, you begin to start seeing darkness void spread, and it's making its way towards you all.
Okay.
What I want you to do is I want to know, how do you manage to navigate this space of ruins and make your way across? As you're doing so, you do notice one thing. There's lights and motes shooting out in your direction. The still residents or remains of Aeon. These motes that kind of go along. As you grab onto one, Kora, just quickly describe to me a memory of some elder individual that has lived a number of years. As you pull as you pull a memory from some individual that is neither one of your members in your party.
Oh, it's a grandmother, and she has a fond memory. Oh no, my brain is always sad. Her grandchildren died very young, and she has a memory of visiting their grave sites, like and bringing flowers.
Yeah, you grab a hold of that memory, and as you kind of reach over and grab a hold of it, like that is unhelpful. As you throw it back, the Titan says, "The memories are returning to their people. Find one to keep them back."
They stole their memories. Huh?
as he says, find one to keep the darkness back. As I need you all to grab a hold, and depending on, I want you to pull from the memories that are kind of flying past you to aid to your to aid skills and abilities to essentially give to this Titan to navigate further through this through this star lit area. So with that being said, countdown's 5. You have to get 5 successes before you get 5 failures. Who wishes to reach out to grab first?
I'll grab.
Go for it. As you grab a hold of something, what memory are you grabbing and giving to this Titan?
I think I grab a brother and memory from the sister of playing hide and seek for the first time with her brother in this, kind of like open meadow. So you have to get kind of tricky about where you're going to hide and not be seen.
Yeah, as the hider? Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and make for me a finesse check for me.
Okay. That's not bad. 12. Oh, man, except for I'm -1 on finesse, so 11.
11. With that, you kind of begin running forward. He says, how is this supposed to help me? As he's like trying to like run faster as fast as he can, but he's like the active portion of the child's mind is trying to find somewhere to hide, and you're not supposed to stay stationary. You're supposed to be running. With that is gonna be your first failure. Who pulls another memory from the Aether?
I'll pull one. I reach out and grab like one that is more vibrant, and I want to grab it. It's a memory of an entity, an ancient entity that had family in a far distant place before they were beset upon by things that were eating them, and they began to flee as beams of light.
Okay. What kind of roll do you think that would be?
I think it will be a presence check.
Sure, I'll allow it. Go ahead and make a presence check for me.
Thank you very much for seeing it my way. All right, great. All right, fantastic. All right, so let's go. Okay. You're not going to believe this, Delia.
Is this a crit again?
It's her threes. It's her threes.
With the crit, that is going to be 2 successes. As you see the individual begin, or the being, this moment of memory, this moment of fleeing and fleeting, kind of takes to kind of fix his running stance, and begins to almost like aerodynamically move faster as the darkness continues to get closer and closer. 2 successes out of 5. Swings to you are still in your favor. Who wishes to go next?
So Grick will see a memory that is kind of looks like something that he would enjoy. It's a memory of an old bar game that these 2 guys are playing, and basically what they do is they take kegs and they have them between their legs and swing them and try to see who can get it the highest. So they throw them up against the wall, and whoever has the highest chip mark wins. So it's just 2 buddies that are super drunk throwing these kegs up in the air.
Yeah. Make a strength check, I would say.
Yeah.
A strength check
That's
makes
what
the most sense here.
That's what I was hoping for. I didn't metagame that. No, what are you talking about? I didn't intentionally try to make that a strength check.
Who would?
Okay. That is a 19 with fear.
19 with fear is going to succeed, but it is also going to be a success against you, so it's going to be 2 fails as well as 3 successes. As you do so, you kind of throw into the air, and as he does, you begin to start seeing this entity begin to remember almost. As he throws, he does not land back on the ground, as he has the ability to fly.
Ooh.
Swinging to you, Chugsby, what are you doing?
I grab a memory.
Yeah, what are you grabbing?
I think in this memory, it is the memory of a man cooking alongside his partner. Has a spoon, having them taste test it, whatever they're cooking together. And I think as he sees this memory, he just says, "Thank you for your sacrifice," and throws it into the darkness.
Sure. What do you feel this check would be?
What would that be? Instinct for, like, cooking?
Yeah, let's go with instinct.
Okay. That's going to be 14, 16 with hope.
16 does succeed. That's 4. As you see this individual begin to almost like take a smell as he is allured to this, kind of moving at speeds. Why was he running to begin with? As he begins to remember, and he kind of like points at one more like moats, that like these 3 sets of moats, like, that one's mine. As I want you all to roll a duality to reach out and grab it.
Just
You need
straight
one more
duality, no
success.
Straight
modifiers.
duality?
Just straight duality.
Okay.
17.
No hope, no fear. Just straight duality.
10.
10,
14.
14. Kora?
17? No,
17.
9. No, mine's 9.
Oh, gotcha. Chugsby. Every one of you kind of reaching out to try to grab it as it just narrowly passes. You reach over, shriek at the end of your rope, jumps off to grab a hold of it. As you do so, I want you to give me the identity of this individual.
Oh, yes.
Who
Of this Titan?
and what was this Titan
Daddy?
before he was trapped here?
I think this Titan was a sibling of a Titan of the sea.
Oh!
Before a time where Titans became gods, this sibling was lost. But I believe that they are connected to the old god that sank our ship.
Make an instinct roll for me.
Alright. Instinct. Can I add any experience to this?
You can certainly.
You gotta give him that an advantage. Come on, it's so good.
Alright, I'm gonna add. I've heard a story about that.
Okay.
Or.
If you have 2, you can add 2 experiences.
Oh, I can? Okay,
If you
I
have
did.
2 hope,
I had
you can
two.
stack them on top
I
as
had
long
2
as
left.
they're not the same experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna add. I've heard a story about that. Just history of these old gods, and then Clear Eyes, Closeness can't lose. Just because of like
Yeah.
poring over the details of that entity the night that our ship sank. Okay, it's 12 with hope on the dice, plus 4 experience and 2, so plus 6, 18.
18. Sailing through, you bring this large moat, bringing it to the mind of this Titan. As he says, I remember. And just like jettisons itself forward up into that small hole, it begins to kind of spread wide open. In doing so, you feel as though your body for a moment is gurgling water. Hard to breathe at the time. Similar as like when you came by before. The sense of gravity almost lifts as if you don't know where exactly you are, but is familiar as if this is not the first time this happened. When suddenly you just feel almost this expanse. You see this Titan clearing a path through this. The water around very quickly begins to burn as it boils and evaporates quickly as you are all moving in this Titan's grasp. You emerge out the side, and initially you see the cave you entered once with that tree that was severed. The entryway into this whatever plane you're in. And as you do so, you begin to continue to hear violent eruptions. As you continue sailing upwards.
Can I just grab my
Past
companion's hands?
Yeah.
Just gonna link us together.
All held tight. The Titan holding on to you close as to, so you avoid any of the falling rubble that just continues to just glide past you. The mountain cracks and caves, opens wide, and you now see the sky. As he lifts forward above, you feel the explosion of magma launching into the air. The clouds that you are met with immediately pushed out as you see the entirety of the island. North, south, east, west becomes clear to you all. You look in all directions now up in the sky, and then you begin to see the Isles of the Slanderer's Code to your north. Your way home. The place that you call home. The Titan continues to fly up, and at this point, the Slanderer's Code now gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It's going higher and higher and higher. And as you reach the thresholds of our atmosphere, the expectation you feel should be asphyxiation, cold, death, but it isn't. You all worried from getting hurt never bothered to look up for the moment as you see this Titan now radiating in this fiery glory. The energy around it keeping you alive. It's very warm and inviting. The way that the sun is on a clear day. The fire in the eyes of this Titan notices that you're still there with him. I had forgotten that you were here. I apologize. You all have lost much. I had lost much had it not been for you all. You brought my memories back from those faded twins that befouled me. And he smiles.
No chance you have a few extra memories rattling around in there that don't belong to you?
No.
Worth asking.
Always.
When the unity of those celestials died, the magic that they held holding those memories left with them. Your memories are still out there somewhere, but you will have to find them. I know they took much from you. Who are you? Who are those who saved me? One that they did not know.
We're the crew of the Scapegoat's Plunder.
In hearing that, he... like, there's almost this, like, flash of memories. You. That name. I know your people. They dwelled in me at once. They are on the island. And he begins going down. And descending.
Oh, no. No, no, no.
You say no, and as he continues, but you have this moment to reason with him.
It's fast, right? Is he going really
It's
fast?
very fast.
Are we, like,
It's very,
having
very
to
fast.
hold on to
It's
stop?
very fast. Yeah. Yeah, everyone make a strength check for me.
No.
Oh boy.
Sorry, everybody.
-1 strength?
I was too immersed.
Hey, that's 2 4s though. We all got a crit, at least one.
Gosh, the crits are wild today. I'm not even going to have everybody else roll. Chugsby, you were holding
thank
everybody's
God.
hand, right? You
Yeah,
still
oh, yeah.
continue to hold to everybody's hand.
Yeah.
As everyone begins to dive down, this Titan, almost like a rocket entering back into the atmosphere, heads down towards the island. Titan slows as he gets closer to the island. He begins to scour and kind of looking around. And as he gets closer to the island, he makes his way off to this little archipelago that kind of jets off that you had not seen before. It had been raining the entirety of the time that you were with the Marrowshanks. And upon entering into the island, you remember sleeping and waking up, not remembering where and what you were doing or how you began moving. But on that archipelago, you hear the sound of one individual screaming.
Oh.
Man, another Titan! Another Titan! As they kind of grab a hold. They're holding sticks at this point. They don't have any of their weaponry. One has a rifle, but only the blunt end, as their powder has been wet this whole entire time.
Quick, everyone, look heroic.
As the Titan stands, admittedly menacingly, holding you in his hand, and he presents you four to your crew as you see Captain Daragos standing.
What the hell?
Captain!
Surprise!
Captain!
He's making an entrance.
The Titan brings his hand down. It's like,
I recognize your faces, but what are your names?
Son of a bitch.
Man.
I'm Kora. Kora.
That's not right.
It is. I
Yes, it
promise.
is. Delia.
Yes.
Delia. And then
Remember
Chugsby.
that time that I took your cute little bomb stash and Cora and I replaced it with eggplants?
Oh, you little shit.
You
Yes,
remember?
that's- He's back. And you
and there's
know
like this
Grick.
disconnect that they're like trying to remember, and then you speak of Grick.
Yes. Grick. Chugsby.
And Shriek. And I'm gonna hold on
Yes.
Shriek.
I forgot what the noise is at this point.
Sees you holding Shriek. Shriek at this point is absolutely exhausted. He is fully deflated.
Just fully,
He has
yeah.
spent this whole
Yeah.
time going back and forth,
Yep.
fighting
Yeah.
a set of Celestials alongside you.
Yeah, it's
He's
good.
just fully deflated,
I
waiting.
pat him on his head and say, there, with inspirational words. I want to clear stress off of Shriek.
Shriek kind of.
Oh, that's
It's okay,
better.
buddy.
That's closer.
I grab my little Shriek satchel that I just carry him when he's tired.
Oh,
Set him in there.
baby Bjorn.
That's like your battle
are-
bjorning shriek.
Yeah. Uh huh.
You're all part of the crew.
We are.
Yes.
Your favorite
Yes,
part.
we are,
Your
Captain.
crew.
Yeah, your crew. You like us the most. Sorry, everybody else.
No.
Everyone
just-
kind of like says like,
Also, this is our new friend. What's your name again? Friend?
What's your name?
Maybe you don't remember. Maybe that didn't return.
And as you point to your new friend, he's not looking at you. He's looking off in the distance.
Oh my god.
You see a storm.
Oh.
An individual far in the distance, Chugsby, you know. As you gain that memory back, something came back as you forgot that for a moment. As your friend just continues
Wait.
moving towards the Storm Titan, walking towards him.
Yes.
From the distance, the captain, just confused. Delia looks to you.
I want to see what happens with this, Captain. I'm invested. This is brother.
We have a lot
Sister?
of catching up to do, but first, Cora has to look hot. Go on, Beth.
The two titans, as everyone is looking off in the distance, meet and just embrace.
I don't think there's going to be a storm tonight.
I don't think
Two
so,
brothers
dear.
who had not seen each other for so long. They sit there for a moment as the sky sits clear, no longer storming. This titan is no longer angry.
Oh.
You all look to the remainder of your crew. You may have lost your ship. You may have lost some memories. But the scapegoats will always be the scapegoats. And I think that's where we drop this anchor on Scapegoat's Plunder. for the
Oh,
last time.
wow.
Everyone,
I just put my arms around everybody.
so, firstly, thank you all for watching this. Truly from the bottom of our
forgot
hearts
they were
here.
here.
BladeBound Saga.
Oh, hey, you guys. Hey.
Whoopsies.
Oh.
We would be nothing without you and your energy, your support, and your belief in the magic that we have just created here. I do want to give everyone here, every grand individual in this crew, an opportunity to just say, who are you once more? Where can we find you? Before we really set sail away from this adventure for a time.
What if we refuse to go?
Right.
What if we have a
Just
sit-in
stay
right here?
forever.
Yeah, like it is. It's kind of unfair that we can't like actually hug right now. It's pretty rude.
So Rachel, where can we find you? Who are you? Where can we find you?
I'm not always Kora. Sometimes I'm just Rachel, the creator of and GM for the Faint Divinities, a channel here on YouTube. We also go live on Twitch, and we are dedicated to playing and talking about Daggerheart, which is why I'm here. Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Seth, what about you?
Hey, I'm Seth. I've got a YouTube channel called Seth of All Trades where I just explore creative things that I like to do wherever my ADHD brain leads me. So, yeah, we just have fun over there, I guess. Yeah, and wow, Daggerheart, I believe when this drops, it'll be coming out next week.
Next week.
So,
next week, everyone.
So freaking excited about that.
And then, AK, where can we find you?
Let me at it. Yeah, my name is Allison, or AK. I'm 1/4 of the pocket dimension and one several hundredth of just a really cool community of nerds into all kinds of things, from talking about their ADHD to hunting for cryptids, to playing TTRPGs together, and all points in between. So you can find us at Enter the Pocket Dimension here on YouTube, over on Twitch, on Instagram, anywhere else you feel like looking for us. We'd love to be friends and welcome you. And Patreon, yep. Welcome you into the fray. There is always room for more, and I'm so grateful for you, AJ and Daniel, for welcoming us here into BladeBound Saga, and to Daggerheart for kind of bringing us all together. That was
during the press.
Yeah,
that's what kind of got us making a lot of new friends in and around YouTube, and has introduced us to so many cool people. All of the people you see on the screen right now included, and I just couldn't be more happy and grateful for all of that fun.
Yeah. And so, speaking of Patreon, our Patreon is going to be launching next week as Daggerheart launches, as I can finally unveil all the stuff that I've been coming up with, because I have been signed under NDA for such a time. And I did want to drop one more leak of what's to come, as this fall we will be launching a brand new collaboration here with other incredible members of the community. So if you're interested in that, hit me up in the in the Discord, as we would love to have you on. So yeah, other than that, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe to everyone's channels, as it's just a small thing that makes a huge difference. And from all of us aboard the Scapegoat's Calling, thank you here for joining us on this voyage. Bye, everyone.
Ta-ta!
Where are my hearts? There they are.
One final shriek for you.
From ink and steel, stories are forged. We are BladeBound Saga.